Guys, it's Sarah, and today I'm going to talk about middle grade books. This is stemming from the fact that my girls just had their book fair at their school, and I did volunteer again this year at their new school. So I went for a couple of days and I helped out and just saw a ton of books that I was really interested in reading my own self. And I thought I would share just some of the middle grade books that I already have on my shelves that I want to read, and some that I don't own, but I'm very interested in picking up at some point. It's funny because when I told my husband about this video idea, he kind of looked at me funny and said, "Middle grade? Like, you're interested in middle grade?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely." And he's like, "I just never thought you would, read something basically on Kaylin's level." And I said, "Well, Harry Potter's middle grade. Those were written for fourth graders, and they're my favorite books of all time." So he went, "Okay." So there's that. Okay, so literally what I've done is I've taken all the middle grade books that I have on my own personal shelves, and these are ones that I own and I'm interested in reading, and then I will also talk about one at the end that I don't own, but I really, really want it, and I really want to read that book, but I just don't own it yet to show you. Okay, the first one is actually on the Great American Reads list, and that is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I have never read this book. I think I've seen one of the movies, but it was when I was a kid, so I don't even remember much of it, to be honest. So reading this would be like reading a new story for me. I know there's a ton of sisters and it's about them. So yeah, but this is on the Great American Reads list again, so I will definitely be reading it at some point, and I have a copy. This next one I picked up at a thrift shop, and I'd never heard of it before, but the cover really, really caught me. And then I did read the synopsis and it sounded interesting. So I picked up The Mysterious Benedict Society by Trenton Lee Stewart. And since I hauled this, I've had a few people tell me that they really enjoyed this and they thought it was a great story. And I believe this is about a secret society that some kids join, and they are realizing it's more than what it seems, and they are kind of charged with either saving it or doing something. So it sounds interesting, and seriously, the cover is just adorable, and that's really what drew me to it. So yeah, but this is sitting on my shelves ready to read. This next one I actually saw during one of the girls' book fairs, and I thought it was beautiful, and I picked it up a few times, maybe thinking about buying it, and then I decided not to, and I'm glad I did, because a few weeks later I saw it at Goodwill for $1.50. I was like, that was a good decision, because I would have paid almost $14 for it. But that's Echo, and this is by Pam Munoz Ryan, and I have heard amazing things about this book. I've actually heard the audiobook is really good as well, because it has a lot to do with music, and I believe there's actually music in the audiobook, so I may pick this up on audio as well, maybe try to read along with it. But yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about this book ever since I picked it up, and when I first picked it up I had never really heard of it. So yeah, but this is another one I want to read. This next one is a book that Kaylin picked for herself at one of the book fairs, and she has read it since. She actually picked it up right after she bought it, and she flew through this book and she loved it. So I stole it from her, and now it's on my bookshelves because I want to read it too. That's Mashhad, The End of Time by Roshani Chokshi. And I know this author. She's written young adult books as well. I have not read anything by her yet, but Kaylin absolutely ate this up. She loved it. She said it was magical and a big adventure, and she could not put this down. And then she said, "Mom, you need to read this." And I was like, I want to. So it's on my shelves now. But yeah, so I'm excited for this one. And this next one I picked up at the book fair for myself, I'm not gonna lie, and I know my girls will probably want to read it at some point too, but that is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. And I really just want to read this. This has been going around for quite a bit. It was recently turned into a movie as well, which I heard really good things about. And yeah, so I just haven't read it yet, but I want to. And the last physical book I have to show you is a book that was actually sent to me by the publisher for review. I have not read it yet. But that is The Crowns of Croswald by D.E. Knight. I've never heard of this. I think it's a fairy book from what I'm remembering, but it is a middle grade. And when I accepted it, I thought, not only could I read it, but Kaylin might really be interested in it too. I do need to read and review this. I just haven't done it yet. I've had it for a while, so yeah. But yeah. So pretty sure it's about fairies. And the last middle grade book that I really, really want to read, I just don't own a copy yet, and that is Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. I have heard nothing but amazing things about this book, and there are adults reading it and absolutely loving it. And I am hearing Harry Potter vibes, which I always just go, nope, stop it, stop it. But I'm also hearing like those are legitimate. It's not going to be Harry Potter. Nothing will ever be Harry Potter, but it's up there with like kind of in the same wheelhouse as Harry Potter. So that definitely had me interested, especially when people who are big Harry Potter fans are saying the same thing. I'm interested. I just don't physically have a copy yet, but I will. That is definitely on my list to buy at some point. All right, guys, that is it. Those are the middle grade books that I have on my shelves and what I'm on the lookout for to actually buy and read. So let me know down below if you guys have read any of these books. Let me know what your thoughts were. Let me know if there's any books in the middle grade genre that are catching your eye. And I would love to know all of that down below. All right, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.